Hi everyone. It's been a couple of weeks since I did a tour of my garden. I'll give you a look around it. The weather just doesn't know what it wants to do at the moment. Last week we had some really hard frost and snow on the ground. It just doesn't know what it wants to do. But the forecast for this week set for highs of 17, lows of on a night of 8-9 degrees. So it's balmy, the weather. But things are starting to progress around the garden. Everything's growing really well. Plenty to look at. So I'll start in the greenhouse as normal. The blanch leeks, they've now got a 12-inch collar on, and what I use as a collar is just builder's damp course. It's just wrapped round, cut at 12-inch lengths, and the buttons raise nicely, nice and thick, nice and straight. So they're doing really well at the moment. Just general veg, just to plant out in my garden. Leeks, just normal eating leeks, kale. My short tomatoes at the back there. Shirley and Gold Star, I think I've got grown there. Show varieties. I'm not really fussed if they don't make it to the show bench, because they're still good eaters. I've got no normal ones like Gardener's Delight and stuff in there, but a lot of the show stuff, like the giant tomatoes and stuff, don't get started till next month, into June, late May into June. So you're only looking to grow one fruit on it, so you don't want a nice big early plant and then get your fruit coming too early for a September show. So next month for them. So that's the general veg. Now one of the dahlias. Over the moon with the dahlias, is to say the least. I've not lost one cutting since I put them into my greenhouse. I've rooted in excess of 250 plants so far. Plenty cuttings, plenty choice. I'm really over the moon with the success I've had with the dahlias this year. So that's 250 odd dahlias which I've rooted, and in the propagator there's probably the same again, some of which are now ready to pot up, and some of which are very close to being rooted. So really happy with them, very happy. Can't complain. I've getting some good stock off various different people, so really happy. Couple of chilies. A friend of mine at work is immune to hot chilies, so I've managed to get a hold of some of the hottest chilies in the world. Actually the number 1, number 2 and number 3 chilies. So I'm gonna have a go growing them to see if I can make him need to go and sort his mouth out, because he just seems to be immune to hot chilies. So we'll see. I have had a touch of a problem. Somebody might be a bit more experienced with it. Just on Moor Place, I took the tips out of Moor Place and rooted the tips, and then the leaves just on this one. Everything either side of it is perfectly healthy. Same with this side, but just Moor Place, the tips of the leaf have went crispy. So I don't know, but the side shoots seem to be doing pretty well, so doesn't seem to be causing any problems to the plant. But somebody might know. If you want to have a little stab at a guess of what it is, I haven't got a clue. Just stick it in the comments box below. So that's in the greenhouse there. I'll take it down to the bottom. The blanch leeks will be going out in the next week or so, and hopefully I'll be planting them in this raised bed here. It's got a cover on the roof, and the sides are netted, so need to keep them in the greenhouse a little bit longer because they're a little bit more exposed. So but they'll be going in the next week or so. I'll be putting the black and white plastic down, and maybe some under soil, under plastic irrigation system in there. So hopefully next week we'll see though. the greenhouse heater is still on the thermostat. As I say, we'll be getting some balmy weather. Lows of -3 on a night, but highs of 17 during the day, so it just doesn't know what it wants to do at the moment. But greenhouse heater is still on the thermostat, so that'll be getting kept on. I'll get a look in the onion tunnel. Doing really well, can't really complain. Some of them are starting to bulb at the bottoms. Bit of tip scorching still, so hopefully it'll grow out. I have had one problem, one issue. This one here has got a double centre. I hope it's not contagious and it doesn't pass to the rest of them, but as I say, you do get a couple sometimes, but hopefully it's just a one. The ones in the pots, Peter Glazebrook strain, seem to be doing really well. Bit paler than the ones in the trench, but doing okay. This one here looks a big one. Nice long neck, just starting to bulb out, but we'll see. Weather's been up and down, so anything could happen. Quality onions, I've planted the David Metcalf onions in air pots. Some of them in normal pots, just to see the comparison. But they seem to be doing okay, nice and straight. Just a job of keeping on top of the watering with them being in pots. So that's the onions. I'll take you into the leak tunnel and show you how they're doing in there. Quick jump over. They seem to be doing spot on as well. Currently they're putting on about an inch, nearly an inch a week, 3/4 of an inch a week, so doing okay. Oh, one down here. Seem to be doing spot on. They do die back on the tips. Everyone seems to be asking why the death from the tips, but they all die, but from the bottom, and it just as the plant as it goes up, the death in the leaf just gets a bit further back. So that's the leeks anyway. What you're looking for in here is curly tips. It means they're stretching for the growth, so curly tips is a good sign. So that's the leak tunnel. The piping on the floor. I'm going to put a support system for the flags, because last year the flags, some of the flags can get 6 foot in length, so they end up draping on the floor. I'm going to hang the piping so that the flags are lifted off the floor a touch, so something to do next week. I'll show you from the outside. I don't know if you remember, but the 2 tunnels, the plastic did go to the bottom. I've now lifted this up, cut it off, sorry, so there's ventilation on the bottom. I did that this morning because, as I say, the weather is up and down, but it's decided now it wants to be 17 degrees during the day. So if the tunnel is fully enclosed in plastic, you're talking like 40 degrees Celsius, and this could cause catastrophic problems for any type of veg. Stress from really high temperatures down to really low temperatures, fluctuating back and forwards, could just cause an abundance of problems. So like the going to seed or bolting double centre, it's all down to putting a plant under stress. It's all about steady growth, sustaining the temperature. So the sides are off. We're set to get some warm weather, so it's really good. What I have done is I've now thinned my parsnips down to 1 plant per station. I also done that this morning. So they're now thinned down. The carrot beds, I'm going to give it another week, and then I'm going to remove the plastic. I'll give you a little peek underneath. I don't know if you'll be able to see. You can see there. They're all growing away steadily there. I planted 3 carrots per hole, so they'll be thinned down I'll remove the top plastic and cover it with EnviroMesh, and then thin down to one per station. The EnviroMesh is covering it just to keep the carrot fly at bay, so that's that. Shallots are now starting to split into fours. Some of them splitting a bit weirder than normal, into sixes, but the majority of them are splitting into fours like this, so can't really complain. I have planted me potatoes. I've put 2 potatoes per 30 litre bucket, just in general compost with potato fertiliser and stuff added. The show varieties, Winston and Kestrel is the coloured one, but I'm not really fussed if they turn into anything for sure. They're all good eaters, so that's just about it. I did, however, get me onion sets planted out. That's the onion sets and a couple of stock leeks there. So that's it at the garden at the moment. Things are really moving along. Can't really complain. Dahlias doing really well, so happy days. Set for some nice warm weather. See you later.